Welcome back to Top Cheddar Sports. I am Spencer.
I'm Brett.
Thank you. And it is Monday, so get a little clap for Monday too. A little side clap for Monday.
Yay, 5 more days this week. Woo! Yeah, we love Mondays.
But Mondays...
But we do love Mondays because we get to talk about baseball.
That's exactly it. We get to talk about baseball. So, let us begin with some All-Star news and update as to what is going on there. So, all the starters have been announced. Everybody voted on them. In the NL, it'll be Wilson Contreras behind the dish with Freddie Freeman, Ketel Marte. It's a little surprising.
Yeah.
Javier Baez and Nolan Arenado around the infield. Christian Yelich, Cody Bellinger, and Ronald Acuna Jr. round out that stacked outfield for the NL. It's going to be very, very good. Reserves have also been announced. Pete Alonso, Josh Bell, Charlie Blackmon, Chris Bryant, David Dahl, Paul DeYoung, Yasmani Grandal, Jeff McNeil, Mike Moustakas, JT Realmuto, Anthony Rendon, and Trevor Story all get nods to join the All-Star game. Pitchers have been announced for both squads, but I left them out for now just because the starter hasn't been announced yet.
Right.
And obviously injuries can happen and stuff like that.
That always changes.
Yeah, so for the most part, I like to assume that position players will stand put. Obviously, we'll update that, but yeah. So we're holding off. We'll talk about the pitchers next week.
The American League squad looks like this. You got at catcher Gary Sanchez with Carlos Santana, DJ LeMahieu, Jorge Polanco, and Alex Bregman finishing out that infield. In the outfield, you have Mike Trout, George Springer, and Michael Brantley as your starters. The reserves, well, Hunter Pence will be the DH.
Right.
And then the rest of the reserves list is equally as impressive with Jose Abreu, Mookie Betts, Matt Chapman, Joey Gallo, Tommy La Stella, who's had a stellar year, Francisco Lindor, a bit of a surprise to me because he did miss a lot of the season, J.D. Martinez, James McCann, Austin Meadows, Whit Merrifield, and Dan Vogelbach rounding out the American League squad. Yeah. So Spencer, which team do you like more? Position player-wise?
Position player-wise, I like the NL more, but they're gonna lose because they always do.
I also like the NL more. I think they have a deeper bench. I think they have better starters. Like honestly, I like everything about it.
The AL reserves have some impressive bats there, I must say. But then you get guys like Dan Vogelbach, who's only there because the Mariners needed to have somebody on the team, and I can't even name a Mariners player other than Dee Gordon, and he's probably been traded since this got released. So,
and then who do we think will be the DH for the National League? I would guess either Pete Alonso or Josh Bell.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah,
those are the both are a good choice. Yeah. I think that might honestly depend on the starter. If there's a righty starting, maybe you go with Bell.
That's true.
If there's a lefty starting, you probably go Alonso.
Additionally, the home run derby, both of those guys will be in it.
True.
They have been confirmed. They're 2 of the 5, along with Vlad Jr., Christian Yelich, and Carlos Santana. So we only have 5 so far, but they could potentially put the DH position on the line for them, and whoever does better in the home run derby, give them the start. So if like Alonso wins, you give him the DH spot to start the game. So obviously he's going to pinch hit. Everybody gets their shot in the All-Star game, which is why it's awesome.
And I'll take Josh Bell in that home run derby.
Oh, we don't know who the other 3 yet are though.
I'll still take
it. Yeah.
Right.
On to the action. The Giants and the Patriots played over in London this weekend.
Actually, it was the Yankees and Red Sox.
Are you sure?
Yes, I believe football season's over.
Oh, because the final scores were a lot like a football game. The Yankees came out on top for both, winning the first 17-13 after a 1-hour first inning that saw both teams score 6.
Maybe that was a football.
That's what I'm saying. And 12-8 yesterday. So this marks the first time MLB has made a trip across the pond as they try to make a larger impact globally. I think it's awesome for the game, though I do think we were talking about it, the All-Star game I feel like should have been played over in London, so that we get to see like all the best players and stuff like that.
You did bring that up, and that's a great point because I mean it's cool to have 2 games over there or whatever, but you do the home run derby and the All-Star game over there. Gets everybody involved. It gets more teams and more players exposure, and you get to see the best of the best.
Yeah,
so
that would have been cool.
that's probably what they should have done, but whatever. The Yankees also made history this past week, not only when Aaron Hicks was the first player to homer in London, but when they hit a home run for their 28th consecutive game. The mark was previously held by the 2002 Rangers, and that's since up to 31.
31, yeah. They are now at 31, and we will keep you guys updated on that as the weeks come and go, because I'm assuming they aren't going to slow down.
Probably not.
It's ridiculous. All right, speaking of history in the AL East specifically, the Orioles did something that no other team in baseball has ever done before, Brett.
They had back-to-back dollar dog nights.
No.
They were the first team to ever use 3 position players as a pitcher in the same game.
No, Brett, that's not...
Oh, I know what it is. They were the first team to ever have free alcohol night.
No, you know that's not true.
Was it the first team to ever have 3 different players steal 3 bases in the same game?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Were they the first team to ever shut out the same opponent in back-to-back games by a score of 13 runs in each game by scoring?
No. That's exactly what they did. How'd you...
I knew I'd get it, eventually.
On to other news. Top prospect Brendan McKay made his much-anticipated MLB debut. This is the guy who both pitches and hits that the Rays drafted.
Oh, yes.
Not sure if they're going to use him as a hitter or not, like a little bit of a Shohei Ohtani, But we'll see. He posted a 1.22 ERA in the minors this year. He ended his debut with 6 scoreless innings, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. And I'm pretty sure he made it into the 6th inning with a perfect game intact.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
He's going to be impressive, yeah.
On to the stat leaders. Nothing has changed, although they're getting closer.
It is getting close.
So Cody Bellinger now only holds a 3-point lead over DJ LeMahieu with a 3.48 average. So that's getting close. Yelich has just a 1 home run lead over Pete Alonso with 29 home runs. And Josh Bell holds just a 5 RBI lead over this guy, Nolan Arenado. He has 70 RBIs on the year, does Josh.
Insane. Pitching side of things, Hyun-Jin Ryu remains the only one with an ERA under 2. I believe it's like a 1.83, something like that.
It's still very good.
But yeah. Max Scherzer takes a 9 strikeout lead over Garrett Cole. He has 170 on the year now, but both of them are definitely knocking on the door of 300 this year, for sure. That's going to be fun to watch them race. And we now have a 5-way tie, that's right, 5, at 10 wins with Lucas Giolito, Lance Lynn, Jake Odorizzi, Justin Verlander, and Brandon Woodruff, all deadlocked. But I would say only 3 of those guys deserve to be on there. Lance Lynn has an ERA of 4, but he's been the benefactor of run support.
Gotta love that offense.
Gotta love it.
Over to standings updates, the Yankees have a 7-game lead over the Rays in the AL East. The Twins in the Central have an 8.5-game lead over those Indians, and Houston holds a 6.5-game lead on the Rangers in the AL West.
In the NL, the Braves hold a 6-game lead in the East over the Phillies. The Cubs and Brewers remain tied atop the Central. Neither one can pull away with a 3.5-game lead over the Cardinals. So
the whole Central's
still tight. Yes.
Only 5 or 6 games separate last from first?
I believe so. Yep. It's impressive. And over in the West, we have our best team in baseball and our World Series runner-ups for this year, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they hold an 11-game lead over the Rockies. It's insane.
Yeah, they will win the World Series this year, though.
You think the Dodgers are going to win the World Series this year?
I do.
I think they're going to be the runner-ups again. Well. All right, so that will do it for Top Cheddar this week. We have to get back to watching the NBA free agency because that is what we will be talking about tomorrow.
Yes.
So definitely tune in for that. We will have
Got
you
a
guys...
heck of a lot to cover.
Yes.
We'll try to fit it in under an hour.
We will have it all as up to date as possible. We will let you guys know
Same with
when we
hockey.
are recording. Yeah, hockey's going to be crazy as well.
We're
going to let you know when we actually started recording, so that way anything that's missed, you understand why, and it'll just be in the next episode. But
we'll get to it eventually.
For now, baseball will be heading into a lull until the trade deadline, and then we're going to be in full season. Love it. Can't wait.
Yeah. So
leave a like, leave a comment.
Smash that subscribe button.
There it is. And we will see you guys tomorrow.